Good morning, Steve Zellendart here with Remax Treviso North Realty. Happy Monday morning, happy Victoria's Day. I hope you guys are enjoying the nice weather right here. You guys are like the first. Mike just messaged me. It's his first breakfast he can eat outdoors, which is great. I hope you're taking that all in. I'm talking about the market. We're up in inventory. We're at 26,696 units right now, so up about 500 since last week. Sales are still damn good. We're 1,090 in the last 7 days. Our business is flowing quite well. I think we're about 18 to 19 deals up north right now, which is pretty damn good considering the times. Do we feel the market's changing in the sense that we're going to gain appreciation? No, I don't think so. I still think we're going to have that descent with values, but again, people are still buying and selling, so the market's still moving, but I still feel like this is whirlwind to the bottom until 2030. Again, we, as you know, we sold all our assets in 2022, and our last piece of land that we had was, I think, sold in 24, but it was such a small parcel, it wasn't anything of major importance to say financially, but all the big stuff was sold out in 2022, and people always ask me, when do you plan on rebuying? And I said, until this current government's out of the picture and you see someone's behind the helm, behind the wheel, that's looking to drive the economy and being pro-Canada and pro-Canadians' future. But until now, we're going to sit in the sidelines and wait, as you all know. Yeah, I want to talk about this because, you know, we kind of look at success in the sense, and again, I don't think I'll ever feel successful, but I know we're doing pretty damn good on both sides of the border, so just number-wise, but people don't understand, like, the amount of time, the amount of effort, the amount of commitment, and then also sacrificing a lot of private time, which is what we do here, especially in real estate. But being on both sides of the border, it's been obviously challenging. And this is the I-94. Basically, your travel from Canada into the U.S. You can kind of monitor how many trips you've made in the last, whatever it is, 10 years or so. I'm going to show you our travel log, and this is where the commitment, so we're, again, 75, but that's literally from 2016. So 75 trips. So that's in and exit. So entering the country and exit. So you have to divide it by 2 clearly. But if you kind of look here, this is really around COVID right here. This is when we the last trip and last vacation that we had was 2020, January 12th was when we departed from Florida back to Toronto, okay? But this is where it all started. So it's 66 trips, so basically 33 flights, let's just call it. And there's maybe a few drives in there as well, but let's say 66 times that we had to travel back up north. And a lot of this is business related. Now, for someone like myself that doesn't like to travel too much, doesn't like to be away from his wife and kids, that enjoys his wife and kids' companies, this is like 6,000 trips for me, because I get it. Some people enjoy the family, the time away from family because it's quiet and it's more organized because you're in a hotel room or wherever you're at. But this is for someone like myself that actually enjoys the company of his family. It's literally it's very hard for me. If you kind of look, we started this process back in April 9th, 2022. This is the first flight into Fort Myers, which where we've already purchased property. We hired staff. We rented space. We opened up a bunch of LLCs, and we have not seen, and we applied for immigration clearly prior to in February. So this is, and I haven't even seen the West Coast. So this was the first trip in. I forgot which day it was, but it was April 9th. So literally 4 years, a couple of weeks ago, which is kind of crazy. You think how time flies. And so 66 times, you kind of see all these trips. And then June 19th was the first time my family saw Florida, to be honest, or this side of Florida, and kind of show them where we're going to live, the houses that we bought, also the businesses where they're located. So this is the first time they saw what we did. Remember, we sold everything and just, we sold everything and uprooted our lives, and we never even saw the place. So kudos for this is me, my time. I came back, so April and then June, and then July is when my family actually saw Southwest Florida, which was great, and they loved it, and they wanted to come back. April went back down. I remember this was when we closed on her property around the time in Fort Myers. This is like a big storm around Nico's birthday, and then this is the official time we've came into, the whole family came into Florida. So this was October 11th. This is when we drove in 2022. So it's kind of crazy the time, right? But again, 66 times, this is where we're at right now. And this is what it takes to kind of, run a business successfully in a sense like that. It's just commitment and sacrifices. I don't think a lot of people get to see like the back end of what it takes to run a business, especially a small business like ours, where it's like we just hired new staff, which is great. They're hopefully starting next week, but it's like I kind of explained to them, like, I wear 15 hats. This is what I'll sweep the floors, mop the floors, but I'm also going to be doing everything else in the business, even the organization, if there's marketing, whatever it is, some ideas, whatever we're doing, or if it's deal placing, or it's just everything it comes down to, let's say, myself, and it's so much dedication, so much sacrifice. And now that's why I explained to the new staff member, it's like, you're gonna wear like 7 to 8 hats. That's just the reality, especially how we like to do business, where we like to punch above our belt, where nobody is too good for any job. We just do it because it needs to be done, and that's our mentality. So it is what it is. It's kind of exciting, but I think this is going to be the first time I don't fly out, and probably in like a monthly basis to Toronto. We're going to actually stay put. We're supposed to be down this weekend actually, because we usually do the Nobleton Fair, but the vendors were going to be stuck in a gymnasium, which we're not going to do that. No one's going to walk through a gymnasium, especially if the weather is great like this. Who the hell would want to do that, right? So I'm going to be staying down here for 6 months straight. This is the longest stint I've ever done away from, let's say, up north. So, but that's pretty much it. That's a little bit of some in-depth look at what it takes to run businesses on both sides of the border, and the dedication and hard work and the hours spent 6-7 days a week, and also trying to still be a family man with your wife and children, and still taking care of your health and your spiritual, like your faith and financial and everything like that. So it's like a million plates spinning all the time. But that's what it is. Have a great day.